Before this video starts, make sure to like and subscribe at the end if you liked what you saw. It really helps the channel out. Anyway, enjoy. Now, Roblox is a huge platform with tons of people playing every day. But how do we get here? Well, this video will detail quite a few major points throughout Roblox's history, so sit back and relax. Development for Roblox begins in 1989. Some guy makes an interactive physics lab called Interactive Physics. Some kids wanted it to become 3D, and well, it happened. This is now called Dynablox. In 2004, Dynablox gets renamed to Roblox, because some people were like, why is this called Dynablox? Nobody's going to recognize the name Dynablox, change it now. And that's how it got the name Roblox. In 2005, Roblox goes public as a website, and not many people know about it. In 2006, some people find out that Roblox exists, and they play it. And whenever a player joins a game, employees get out of their work in order to join the player so they don't feel lonely in the landscape. In 2007, Roblox tries to make hair but fails miserably. The first events happen. Ticket exchange, avatar animations, and Robux were added. Spaced usernames were discontinued. Safe chat was added. And in August of 2007, Builders Club was added, but that can be called premium later. In 2008, shirts and pants were added along with guests, the first egg hunt, or the egg drop in this case. The heads like Diamond and Hex, those were good ones in my opinion. Most people's favorite games like Flood Escape were introduced back then. And the dual hat glitch also exists, where you could wear two hats at once instead of one. That was pretty cool. And the first actual myth happened, which was just a picture of a friggin' skybox with some eyes MS painted on it. It's 2008. In 2009, the myth community forms, and oh, what's this? Lego shows up and is like, hey, you can't have circles on the floor. Get rid of those now. And so, squares are on the floor now, as Lego almost sued Roblox over that. And groups are introduced. In 2010, packages were introduced, but those can be called bundles later on. The account 1x1x1x1 was created and was later the most infamous exploiter of the time, which totally wasn't just Shedletsky testing out some exploits. And Bubble Chat was introduced, which is pretty cool. Bevels were introduced on the characters as well. Trading was introduced, which of course resulted in a bunch of scams. Limiteds were frequently published back then. In 2011, the default character changes, and 1x1x1x1 becomes a myth. What a shocker. And some UI changes happened, but other than that, it wasn't really a major year for Roblox. 2012 was the year that yours truly joined the platform. 2012 is also the year that Roblox was released on iOS, so you can play on your fancy high-tech iPhone 3G. And 2012 is also the year that the infamous April Fool's hacking takes place, where essentially some people take control of the admin panel, start making admins say some questionable things, release items not ready for release yet, and release a pretty creepy face. In 2013, the Bloxies happen, along with the first real egg hunt, which was pretty popular, and I liked it. Developer Exchange gets introduced, where you can essentially exchange Robux to money. You can see how that has resulted in 2020. Dynamic lighting gets introduced. The developers remove click to move for some reason. And a new cursor gets introduced. In 2014, the R6 animations were changed, guests were muted, and the new starter avatar, the bacon hair, appears. In 2014, the R6 animations were changed, guests were muted, and the new starter avatar, the bacon hair, appears. In the year 2015, group games were added, best friends were removed, because who needs them, am I right? The terrain system changes, the physics engine was changed from blocky to more realistic style, and scams start really getting some steam on the platform, and the Xbox version gets released, along with the first dev hunt, which is essentially like an egg hunt, except it's in different games, and you actually have to play the game to get the egg, which kind of supports the developers in a way that makes it just a dev hunt instead of an egg hunt. In 2016, the R6 animations were changed yet again. You can put underscores in your name. The VR version launched for the Oculus Rift, the old version. Safe chat got improved in heavy quotes, as you could literally say nothing if you were under 13, and I've been through that safe chat for at least like a few years now, so that's just On the good news, R15 was added, which essentially gave your character 15 parts instead of 6, and that was controversial for some reason. Oh, and ticks were removed, so that's bad. In 2017, Jailbreak accidentally exists and then gets frozen on the first place on the front page for a few years. Enzo joins the myth community, and he totally won't leave later on for a certain reason. The good heads went off sale, and the Egg Hunt 2017 happens, which was pretty good. It was pretty popular among the community. The odor craze happens, which essentially is someone using the Roblox CN 2.0 package. That's an online dater. If someone is using the beautiful hair for beautiful people, that's an online dater. Is this person a human? That person's an online dater. Anyway, Roblox removed skin colors in favor of more realistic skin tones, but then added them back because of backlash from the community. John Doe and Jane Doe, which were two test accounts, were accused of hacking Roblox on March 18th. Roblox later made a blog post debunking the myth, and Roblox toys get introduced not much later. People like to microwave them a lot for some reason. Guests were completely removed. The logo was changed to a more modern, heavy quotation mark, look. Anthro was introduced. It was pretty damn controversial, but then less controversial in 2018, but we'll get to that. Animation packs for R15 were introduced. They were pretty good, actually. Auto-generated thumbnails were replaced with pre-existing images that were picked by Roblox. In 2018, the logo changes again. Filtering disabled stops existing, which prevents exploiters from doing their exploits most of the time. But it also prevents old weapons from working, or other, generally other old things that require filtering disabled to run. But, Egg Hunt 2018 gets dropped, and it's one of the most popular egg hunts so far. The Video Stars group was created. It was a bit controversial. A big ban wave happened also, and there are now scam bots that are sending you friend requests and asking you to check out their profile. That they will probably say something like, go to google.com for free 0 Robux. In 2019, new lighting systems, voxel lighting, shadow mapping, compatibility lighting were introduced. The myth community starts to get a lot of toxic people. Now the question is, who will quit first? I'll give you 5 seconds to decide. It's Enzo. It's literally Enzo. Emotes were added, so now you can T-pose on people, but they were later removed, but only to be added again in 2020. Group's appearance was changed. Builders Club changes to premium. The user-generated catalog happens, essentially where developers can upload their own hats to the platform, which I find kind of nice. So, more scam bots appear. This time they join games. They say, go to google.com to get 0 free Robux generated damn near instantly. So, cool, I guess. Studs will soon be removed from the floor entirely. RB Battles happens, which essentially it's an event where a bunch of YouTubers compete for a reward in the end. YouTuber stalker bots were a thing back then. Essentially, there are just bots that stalk YouTubers and say, your behavior is being briefly monitored by the monitoring program. If you want to opt out, please email this man. The playlist also gets a UI change, but that's later removed, only to be added again. And finally, we're at 2020. You can now play videos inside of games. The chat system breaks, where not all of your message will appear in the bubbles. and new bubble chat appearances are added, which seem to have fixed the bug. Not for like the default bubble chat, but you know, it doesn't happen on the other chats, so that's nice. You can now apply to upload to the UGC. Premium payouts are a thing now, and you can also join the developer forum without having to be a developer. Thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe, and check out the channel in the description below, as it is a friend of mine and it would really help. Thank you. Goodbye.